Shalom, shalom. And actually, let's let Capo do what he do. What you think, brother?
Yeah, shalom, shalom. First and foremost, we want to give all praises, glory, and honor be unto
Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Rakakwadash.
double honors to our elder apostles as well as the elder bishops who labor to teach us this truth. Salutations to the hopeful elect out there pushing this word, truth, sincerity, and indeed. We are a branch up the branch of Great Millstone, Chicago. Born live from Rebellion of Beast. Another Saturday with some more.
Get that Deuteronomy 28. And then somebody get 2nd Ezra 9 right behind it, pop the shop. Just hold on to it. So we die.
You got the Jeremiah?
Go ahead. I got the
Jeremiah 28 and 8. The prophets that have been before me and before thee of old prophesied both against many countries and against great kingdoms, of war and of evil and of pestilence.
Right? So the Bible prophesies evil in the last days. You know, Christianism and this love, love, love. And there is no love. There's peace and there is no peace. And anybody that's preaching peace, the Lord is not with them. Right? And that also means that they have very little understanding of the God of the Bible. The God of the Bible is a God of war. And war has to come. War precedes the kingdom of heaven here on earth. You know, heaven is not going to be, you know, everybody just floating around on the cloud and we done all left our bodies and everybody just there together having a big old party like they try to portray in the movies. Speaking of movies, for my camp, this is in order. Everybody has to see Sinners, and everybody has to see Freaky Friday.
That's the spirit.
All right? Or is it called Freaky Tales? Or whatever.
Freaky Tales.
Freaky Tales, not Freaky Friday. Freaky Tales. All right? Freaky Tales and Sinner, man. Because both those movies are very spiritual, and they both let you know that there's going to be a spiritual element among Jake in these last days, man. All right? Almost, in that matter of fact, that movie Sinners, almost every subject matter that we speak about can be brought out in that movie, man. Including the fact that Esau is a damn devil, he is the opposition of the Lord, and that they know that Jacob is special. And they also know that Jacob is scattered among the other nations. Watch that, Sinners. They know that they know the so-called white man is very well aware that there are people among him who are really this man. And they look like a so-called white, right? But they know that it's really the spirit in this person. And they even said in the movie, you one of them fair niggas, you one of them pale niggas, huh? Yeah, you gotta see it, man. They know it. They know it. Anyway, back on point, give me that 2nd Ezra.
This is the book of 2nd Ezra, chapter 9 and verse 1.
Not yet.
He answered me then and said, measure thou the time diligently in itself. And when thou seest part of the signs past, which I have told thee before, then shalt thou understand that it is the very same time where the highest will begin to visit the world which he made.
Man, and the Lord is visiting this place, and he's visiting it harshly, right? I mean, he's bringing on calamity after calamity, right? He's bringing that spirit of war. He's bringing what they call natural disasters. He's not letting up on this place, man. I mean, Esau can't get a break. Now, Esau don't stop. The devil don't stop. They keep spraying the skies with that stuff to the point that we're not the only ones talking about it anymore. It's actually mainstream media now, admitting that they're spraying chemicals in the cities all over America that keeps everybody sick. And they did it real heavy during a certain period of time a couple years ago when everybody was wearing masks. They were spraying hard. And a lot of people don't attribute that a lot of their sickness was because of that. But anyway, that's what they're doing, man. All right? What you have to understand, that is the spirit of the Lord, that is the spirit of the Lord moving on these men. Because see, people think that they have free will. You think that you decided to do something. I was thinking about it on the way here, man. Thinking about wicked shit I did in the past. Right, and how some of that shaped my and all that came out while I was watching that movie. All right, but how the things you do shape your tomorrows, man, and how the Lord will have somebody that He's our chosen vessel go off, all right, just so they can be a better judge later on. Evidence of that is Paul. Paul was killing his own people. Then that's why you think he went so hard. Nobody went harder in the Bible than Paul did, man. That's why so many Shalom, mighty man. That's why so many gospels are written by him, because he was trying to make up for what he did to his own people. All right? And then in the back of what I'm saying, the Lord turned around and said Paul is a chosen vessel. When they were questioning him, they were like, no, man. You know, that nigga the ox. He was doing this and he was doing that, and the Lord let them know Paul is a chosen vessel. So the name sinner, the Lord came here for sinners. He didn't come here for the perfect church person. He literally came here for our people that's out here lost. All right? For our people who are out here, Shalom, mighty man. He came out here, the Lord sent this man out here. All right? The Bible tells you that the sheep of his flock is men. All right? Now, Proverbs 8:24, 8 and 6. He gave this message to men to bring to other men. And people are waiting for some, for some white guy to come out the clouds or go to some church and get it from some wicked pastor, all right, who the Lord didn't set up.
Lock those doors.
You're right, lock the doors.
Lock the
right.
doors.
Right, snap. Basically, he did a stick up on him. Now you just can't leave. All right, close some doors, get naked. Break yourself. Ushers just up there, hey, break yourselves. And everybody came out their pockets, taking off their jewelry.
He got the rollie on.
Right, he passing a bucket around, It looked like the stick-up scene on Dave Chappelle. When Ashley Larry came back, right in the middle of the stick-up. How you gonna run back in the middle of the stick-up? But that's how Jake is out here, man. Why has sounded the alarm and telling them and warning them and telling them, and they go right back to doing what we just told them to avoid. All right, you got a question, brother?
Yeah, brother, and it's a legitimate one too, and I want you to answer it legitimate. Excuse me.
Okay.
Now we know King was a Tom. I have no respect for King.
Okay, I agree with you.
Okay. We know he was a Tom. But why do the brothers hate Malcolm? Malcolm was for us, wasn't he? Can you answer that question?
Okay, I can answer that question
Sincerely.
And not only that, I'm going to answer it for you sincerely.
Because we don't want to even talk about King.
Malcolm was for his people. I will agree with that.
Okay.
All right? And he definitely had a different message than King. If I had to choose a worldly way, I would choose Malcolm's way over King's. All right? But Malcolm, still got to correct it though. Malcolm admitted that we were the children of the book, and he still talked about Islam. He still pushed the message of Islam. The God of the Bible is not the God of Islam. He's the God of the Israelites. And Malcolm admitted that Ezekiel 37 chapter was talking about the Israelites. He admitted that the children in the valley of death were the Israelites. He knew we were he knew we were the Israelites. Farrakhan admitted that he knows we're the Israelites, but yet he follows a doctrine that's not of the scriptures. All right, so that's my problem with him. All right, that's my problem with him. Now, was he a man that stood on principle and stood on all that? No, you hit me, I'm punching you back twice.
3 times.
I agree with that.
Okay.
I agree with that, man. All that turn your cheek. That's that. When the Lord said that in
King,
the book.
yeah, we forgot about it.
No, well, King Man said it, but he said it out of context. When the Lord said that, he said to our people. See, it's been a lot of times I let my own people get a pass when I normally would smash one because they were my people. That's what that's talking about in the Bible when it says that. It's not talking about, I'm going to let somebody just smack me around. No. He said, give your brother a pass, man, because he don't know.
Yeah.
And so I've done that. All right? So you understand what I'm trying to say? Back to the message, brother. You got one? Bring it up.
Hey, and it's going into what the elder was saying his problem with Malcolm was. This is the book of Micah, chapter 3, and I'm going to start at verse 1. It says, and I said, here I pray you, O heads of Jacob, and ye princes of the house of Israel. Is it not for you to know judgment, who hate the good and love the evil, who pluck off their skins from off them and their flesh from off their bones?
Yep.
Right? And that skin and that flesh is going into their covering. Which, what is our covering? It's this truth. It's the words of the Lord. It's Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shah, our true power. That's our covering. But by him teaching us Islam and all of these other false narratives, that's taking the skin off our people and they no longer have that covering.
And let me get this scripture.
This is the book of Isaiah, chapter 8, verse 20. To the law and to the testimony if they speak not according to this word,
This word, the Holy Bible. Go ahead.
it is because there is no light in them.
Yeah, so he quoted the Bible and admitted we are who we are, but then he went to a whole nother book, Isaiah 34:16.
Yes, sir.
He went to a whole nother book to try and justify what he was doing. All right, instead of coming back to what he really was, an Israelite. In the world,
Did he know?
in the world, he knew. He said he knew. He knew we were the Israelites. He said it.
He met Elder Abba.
God, he had Bibbins. So yeah, you're right.
He was taught he was
he
Israelite.
met Elder Abba Bibbins. All right, it's with a B, not Bivens, brothers. It's with a B, Bibbins. All right, but no, because I would
Follow that man to his death.
Okay,
But that's a blow to mind.
That's okay. But now you're hearing something different. I would suggest that you research it.
Yeah, you hear the truth.
All right, it said, let every man be convinced in his own heart. So I'm not going to try to hold you down. Brother, listen to me. I'm telling you the truth. And what you need to go do is find out what Malcolm found out, and then make a decision what you're going to do. And the truth of the matter is, it's not even you making the decision. The Lord does. All right, because the Lord, he chooses all Israel. But only ever chooses certain of us to do what we're doing. You understand what I'm saying? So I'm telling you, man to man, that Islam is not the way. All right, Islam is a false philosophy. It's a false doctrine. The Lord that created everything that we see, hear, smell, and taste. His name is not Allah. Allah, as a matter of fact, is Hebrew. And Hebrew came before, it became before Arabic.
Well, doesn't Islam teach love? Is that a legitimate
Christianity
question?
teaches love.
Yeah, we know.
But they never showed it.
Buddhism teaches
So,
love. That's
but-
idolatry, though.
Exactly.
What is real love? And you know what? I can't say that. Christianity don't teach love. Islam
Well,
don't
they
teach
say that
love.
they
say it.
Exactly, because the scriptures say that love is the teaching of the commandments. We just read in Isaiah 8:20. If they do not speak according to this, there's no light in them.
no light
so
in
they
them.
have a false
Yeah, false
concept of
concept.
love, but showing your faith
That's
with
why
your
I ask
works.
questions, brother. You
No,
never too old
absolutely.
to learn.
Absolutely.
That's a good
Like a
attitude to
newborn
have.
Absolutely.
child, never too
Right?
late.
I came into this truth at 38 years old, 37, 38 years old, man. So, and most men, they that was old for this. At the time, that was old, right?
I have one verse that's quoted. This the book of 1 John chapter 5.
31 that Isaiah 34:16.
God, I got that too. I just
King James
No,
version, the
hey,
best
get the
version.
Isaiah first.
Yeah,
Get
that's
Isaiah
Hold on, I
first.
got it. It's
It's
Isaiah
Isaiah.
34:16. It says, seek ye out of the book of Yahweh and read. No one of these shall fail, none shall want her mate.
Right. And see, that's no prophecies in the Quran. There you go. All the prophecies and all the history of where we came from, what happened to us, is found in the Bible, not in the Quran. As a matter of fact, when Farrakhan speaks, he always goes to the Bible and talk about biblical prophecies.
Exactly.
Because there's no prophecies in the Quran.
Exactly.
The prophecies are all in the Bible about what's going to happen to the people that Farrakhan know who we are. But still, he's using another book. Why? Because it's all about money, bro.
If I may, the history of the world is in the Bible.
That's right.
The entire, like,
Most
the
of it
history
written before it happened.
Exactly.
That's the scary
Exactly.
part.
Like, that's how you know the
King
Bible
James
is divine.
Yes,
Yeah.
and King
Absolutely.
James,
When you
King
read-
James was a so-called black man.
Yep.
Despite the lies. Matter of fact, everybody from that time period in so-called Europe, all right, and from basically from the Dark Ages all the way up to the Renaissance, when the so-called white man started taking back over after the fall of Rome, those were all our people, right? And that's too many relics and too much evidence for anybody to speak against that.
So is it a fact or is it a myth that our own people sold us? Is that a fact?
It's both, because some of our people sold us. It's true,
Okay.
but they weren't the one that orchestrated it. That's in Joel the
The
3rd chapter.
so-called Jew did that.
Exactly. And well, all of Idumean, the so-called white man, because the so-called Jew is no different from the other white people. They're all Idumeans. They're all Edomites. All right?
Good.
They're all the same people. And the Joel, the 3rd chapter, you got it?
Good.
This the book of Joel chapter 3.
Salaki, before I read it, this is prophecy. This is biblical prophecy.
Written
that
before it
they'll never
happened.
hear in the church. And if you watch I know you probably seen it. You look like an older bro. You probably seen the movie Roots before.
You seen
That
the
shows
original?
I know that was written
Yeah,
down.
but this shows you the beginning scene. This is prophecy.
Saw a little bit of it.
Go ahead. When them Arabs and them Africans snatched him up, go ahead, read that. And
This-
Elder break
Right
it
to the
down.
point, right to the point.
Right to the point. This the book of Joel chapter 3 and verse 4. It says, yea, and what have you to do with me, O Tyre and Zidon?
Tyre and Zidon, the African nations.
Okay.
Those were Africans who were enemies to our people. So contrary to popular belief, anybody got that image? I have it, of the Hamite facing the Jake. The Ham and
Yeah.
Anybody got that image? Pull it up.
I noticed that, man. Here in America, man, Africans don't like us.
No, because they're not our people for the most part. But now some of our people are still
I'm a
scattered.
descendant of you. Why would you?
No, hit the brakes. That's what I'm trying to tell you. Africans are a different dark race from us. We're not the same. And they know that. We
The
got
African American term is
it's all a lie. What I'm trying to tell you is that the Hamite is a dark man, the Negro is a dark man. They're not the same bloodline, not the same people. They got different structures, different features, different everything. All right? And we're not the same people. We've been lied to. Right? Now through captivity and being under them, some of our people have, mixed in with them and have their features. But for the most part, you can clearly pick out a so-called Negro from an African. We're way more handsome than they are. We can grow beards, we can grow afros. They can't grow beards or afros. Our women are much more attractive. All right? Yeah, that's another
Show
one.
it to that brother.
That's a Hamite and a Negro. They are not the same people. So what you got to understand, there was a so-called white man that came up with that lie. It was a so-called white man that came up with the
African American term.
Well, that term, and also what's the one I'm looking for? Classification. The father of Egyptology was a so-called white man, and he was the one. And they pushed that we were the same people. Because they were trying to create whiteness. All right, they didn't even call themselves white until 1681. There was no people on earth called white until 1681.
Caucasian.
Yeah, no, when they called themselves Caucasian, literally
Which is the
called white.
Caucasus Mountains.
Right, literally called white. Because they didn't even come from the Caucasus Mountains. That's not their first home. Their first home was Mount Seir in Jordan, all right, in Petra, which is in
King
Jordan.
James Version tells me all of this.
Absolutely.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
But it's how to understanding of it too. The
That's what
Holy
I'm saying.
Spirit.
That's why I read things 3 and 4 times. I don't just read them.
Brother.
I get my own understanding.
No, I'm just saying.
And that's what
smart.
the children of
Berea.
Berea did.
Church of Berea.
They go, because what I'm telling you, I want you to believe it, but more so than that, I want you to go, yes. When I said it, I'm pretty sure I said it a few minutes back, that you have to be convinced in your own. Right? Right?
None but elect.
Go ahead, brother.
All right, so back to this Joel 3 and 4 again. It says, yea, and what have you to do with me, O Tyre and Zidon, and all the coast of Palestine?
Right? So who's in Palestine today? Ishmael, the Ishmaelites, which Islam is their religion. Right? Islam is their religion. Okay?
Will you render me a recompense? And if you recompense me, swiftly and speedily will I return your recompense upon your own head.
Right, so Ishmael and Ham, the actual Africans are the sons of Ham. We're the sons of Shem. That's why we're different. All right, so Ishmael, who's actually one of our kindreds, got together with the heathen, and they sold us to the Grecians, to the so-called white people.
They show you that on that movie.
They show you
When
that
they
right
dragged
roots.
them on the boat.
They show you that right roots.
They
They
had
show
that
you an
turban.
African, and they show you an Ishmaelite, catch Kuta Kente, and give them and sell them to a so-called white man.
And he gave the rum too when he did it. The white man said, you got some rum, and that's written right there.
That's
right
written in
next
the Bible too.
Right next to it.
Verse 5.
King James Version.
Yes.
That's right, brother.
Verse
That's
5.
Bible for me.
This ain't the remix.
Yeah, despite all the and that's why
I'm always open. I always want the truth.
Well,
I always
brother,
know that
well, we
man is
giving
a
it to
devil by
you,
nature.
brother.
I know he's a devil by nature.
That's right.
Definitely.
But when I
That's
heard
right.
the brother say they don't like Malcolm, I said, all right, I got to question this. Why you don't like Malcolm?
Well, now you know. Well, go ahead, brother.
Verse 5. Because ye have taken my silver and my gold, and have carried into your temples my goodly pleasant things. The children also of Judah and the children of Jerusalem have ye sold unto the Grecians.
You're a child of Judah. These are the children of Jerusalem.
12 tribes.
All right? All right, right behind you. Those are the children of Jerusalem. That's what it's talking about. Because they were being sold too. All right, look over your shoulder.
I see that.
I don't care. That's what I'm talking about. Go ahead.
Have you sold unto the Grecians that ye might remove them far from their border?
Yeah, and they removed us far from our borders. Because,
We'll never know who we are.
well, we do know.
We do now.
All right? We do know.
That's why we
Right?
out here.
And there are things on our bodies right now that connect us. With the Hamites, the Africans don't have. Okay? There's literally things the Lord left markers on us. All right? And when you point those things out to people who are highly educated, they kind of get a little stifled. when you bring those things up.
So the brothers on, like, this is the main city. So the brothers on the brothers that are killing each other all day long, that's because they don't know
That's
no
a
better.
curse. That's part of the curses,
Which
is
is
also in
Deuteronomy.
that Bible.
Absolutely,
Yes.
brother.
Deuteronomy says, because you left me, I'm going to let this happen to you.
Yes. That's why a brother will foreign them would shoot up, the moles in them. Right? And all
They
that
don't fuck
shit.
with the white man.
Right,
They
exactly.
got that feel.
You're robbed me, yeah. I'm a contractor. And let me tell you something,
They
brother. I'm going to
can't
tell you
wait
before I got to go. And I'm going to tell you something really sad. You know, when I work, I'm a contractor. I'm independent.
Okay.
The brothers treat me worse than the cracker does.
I can believe
Absolutely.
that.
Absolutely.
I can believe
Absolutely.
that. And it kind of hurts because
Absolutely.
you're like, damn, don't you know the one of you?
I'm trying to work, brother, and you trying to shortchange, but you'll pay the IRS quick.
Yeah. Yeah, brother. Unfortunately,
Is that a messed up warped thinking?
It's the
it's
curse.
part of the
I'm a
curse.
gra-
It proves to you
It's
who you
part.
are.
It's also a marker. It tells you in Deuteronomy
Y'all get that.
28
for this
and
brother.
like they
For the elder too.
They
No.
can't stand to see me come independent.
24
I'm supposed to come from
46
some
or
big-
40.
No, I'm independent.
real quick. Just get that.
Get him.
That should be a sign in the Proverbs.
This the book.
Whoever got it.
Deuteronomy,
You hold what you got, because we're gonna keep that for the camera sake.
This is Deuteronomy chapter 28 and 54. So that the man that is tender among you and very delicate, his eyes shall be evil towards his brother,
Right.
and towards the wife of his bosom, and toward the remnant of his children, which he shall lead.
Right, so the man is always absent from the house. That's a curse. That's why it happened among us first. All right, go to you know the one.
This is Deuteronomy 28. I'll start at 45. Moreover, all these curses shall come upon thee, and shall pursue thee, and overtake thee, till you be destroyed.
So it's no getting away from it. There's just certain brothers out there that's their destiny is to be that way. Right? Is to do that. Somebody got to fulfill that lot. Just like we fulfill this lot, we're teaching our people. There's certain of our brothers who got to fulfill that lot of harming their own. Because what you don't understand is something called judgment in the Bible. And unfortunately, some of our brothers, some of our people, their judgment, they're still paying. And so their judgment is to die. And unfortunately, often they die at the hand of their own brother. It's sad, but it's right. It is what it is. There's no covering over it.
Because they don't know no better.
And there's no covering over them because, especially the ones who hear this and ignore it, or they see this and they scoff at it.
Right, because my thing is, if I got a beef with a brother, if I can't get along with you, hey man, let's just part away.
That's the way it's supposed to be.
Or we can go behind the building, we can rock it out. And
Well,
it's
that's
over.
old school. That's our thing.
Yeah.
You got,
Yeah, that's over with.
no, these dudes, they mob up on you. Or no, they gonna ride down on you and all of them gonna shoot, miss you, and kill everybody
Over
else.
nothing, brother, over nothing.
Yeah.
The smallest infraction,
Yeah, shoot.
you bumped into me, you look at my girl, what's wrong with y'all?
Bulls in the neck.
Niggas is crazy.
It says, because thou hearken not to the voice of Yahweh thy power, to keep his commandments and his statutes which he commanded thee. And they, the curses, shall be upon thee for a sign and for a wonder, and upon thy seed forever.
So we ain't no ducking and dodging it, brother. Yeah, in the days of, hey, let's go outside, we go behind the back.
Right.
Back.
That shit gone.
And then it's over, man, let's go get something to drink.
And then
It's over,
it's
man.
true.
It's
Because
true, very
most
true.
of the guys that I duked it out
Very
with in the
true.
hood, after we got out, we was cool after that. Because you
And
know
it's a
what?
mutual respect.
Because he didn't want to fight me again. I didn't want to fight him again. I made sure nobody ever wanted to fight me again. They were like, hell no, man. I'm gonna be friends with him. What's up, bro? Right. They ain't never wanted to. So there it was.
Black
So
man.
it's different now. Right. I went from that light skin dude to
Black
brother.
man.
Right.
No, but it's true. We used to call it take it to the back. And you know, I was still on some BS. That's right, brother.
Let's get it-
I
let's
was
get it
on some
rocking.
BS game
And
banging.
then after that, we're going to
But
play
that's,
ball
hey,
tomorrow.
look, yeah, we'll shake up, we'll have a witness. That's how you know it's Jake, too, because in the Bible, you got 2 or 3 witnesses. You will shake up, you will get a witness, go in the back, 10 minutes, you come out, nigga, we drinking beer, smoking weed. I'm serious.
Hey, man, that's
Now, nigga, I'll kill you, miss a 3-minute fight, and go fight for his ass, his food, and his life in Menard for 50 years, bro. Niggas are stupid.
you know what, I
That
hate to use
is.
that word, but
It's
call
true.
it like it is. Call it like it is.
It's true.
And that's how we kind of call it. The Bible says, though we be rude in speech, not knowledge.
But thoroughly
So
manifested
Paul
in
said
doing all
that. We
things.
get rough and rugged out here.
That's right.
Kind of like Malcolm, just on a whole other level. All right?
In my mind, when you talk about Malcolm, I thought Malcolm was full of brothers.
He was to his understanding, but see, he wasn't a chosen vessel like Paul. Malcolm served his purpose, and then the Lord got rid of him.
Right.
All right, then it is what it is.
Well, like our apostle, our head teacher, the beloved of the apostle Tahar, who we all got this knowledge from. It's one thing he said when it go into certain leaders. He said, you can be sincere, but you can be sincerely wrong. And it's true.
And
that's so true.
That's a great way to describe Malcolm.
Right.
I think that Malcolm was very sincere, but he was
I believe
sincerely
he was.
wrong. There it is.
Thanks for the knowledge. That's why I see it, man. I gotta go.
All right,
King James for
and we'll be blessed on your route.
Hey, yeah, man, we hope the Lord bless you on your endeavors, man.
How you get Shalom?
Shalom.
Shalom.
We say Godspeed, Yahweh Mahar, man. Godspeed,
I
Yahweh
appreciate the
Mahar.
knowledge, man. You just blew my mind, man. Wow.
Hey, we out here, we on YouTube. You can watch the videos, the apostles, the brothers.
You on YouTube?
Hell
Nah,
yeah.
he gonna give
I'm
you
gonna
some.
give
Give
some
us
pages,
pages, brother.
All right, thank you.
Please.
Matter
give
of
us
fact, let
pages.
somebody else do it, y'all dime. They don't want you to finish reading.
That quiet, do it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Con. Back to that Joel, the 3rd chapter. And I left off at verse 6. Joel 3 and 7. It says, behold, I will raise them out of the place whither you have sold them, and will return your recompense upon your own head.
Right, so that's the good part of this story, is that we're gonna get raised up out of the place where we got sold, and you witnessing that now. Yeah, well, we gotta test the spirit first, brother. He might be one of them. But nevertheless, because hey, man, after just watching that movie, man, I'm testing everybody's spirit. All right, let's go ahead, brother.
Continuing on in verse 8, and I will sell your sons and your daughters into the hands of the children of Israel. I mean, Salaki, the children of Judah, and they shall sell them to the Sabaeans,
Right.
to a people far off, for the Lord Yahweh has spoken it.
So
Yeah.
that's a slave trade in the kingdom. So that's a slave trade.
Yeah, that's a slave
That's a
trade
slave
in what
trade.
you call the kingdom of heaven. That's going to be a slave trade. All right? That's going to be a slave trade, man. He might be, man. He took the time to read the whole sign, too.
He saluted us shit after he read it. He didn't see his name on there. He definitely did. Rob.
No, he did.
I'm a black nigga.
Now that nigga take the show, bro.
Continuing
You know,
on.
I feel like it's symbolic, but it's real. You know he Jake because they changed the lyrics to the song.
Damn, real.
To the Indian version saying, I'm a brown brother. But in that language, well technically he's telling the truth, but still, only a nigga. He had niggas in Nigeria remixing that, man. Folly, man. Go ahead.
Didn't nigga hold a cigarette like this?
Yeah, man. Yeah, but he has some niggas in Nigeria remixing that shit. Niggas in the hood in Chicago listening to this shit.
Verse 9.
Folly.
Proclaim ye this among the Gentiles. Prepare war. Wake up the mighty men. Let all the men of war draw near. Let them come up. Beat your plowshares into swords, and your pruning hooks into spears.
And that's kind of leading us into what we wanted to talk about. We had collected up a couple articles because now you got this issue with what was the one how the EU, NATO wants American bases out of their country. And I said it a couple weeks ago, not even when Japan and South Korea left EU and NATO and left America, and then now with Russia and China, you think that they're gonna leave those military bases in Okinawa, Japan? You think they're gonna leave them army bases in South Korea? It ain't gonna happen, man. America is in fucking trouble, man. Everything is backfiring.
They going down like road.
Include the fact that, and I'll show you how stupid so many of the ninja women are. I did a video this morning of the woman acknowledging how she overspent all this money on all these handmade bags that were knockoffs, that she paid thousands of dollars for bags she could have paid $30, $40.
Bring it up.
All right, she paid thousands of dollars for bags she could have paid $50 or less for. And instead of being mad about it and saying I'm not gonna buy it anymore, this bitch like I'm gonna give me a ticket and be on the next plane. Why? To go buy something you already know is a fake and a knockoff.
No lies.
You understand? No, none whatsoever. She completely missed
The bitch is doubling down on her dumbass.
The Chinese.
She's like, I'm doubling down, nigga.
Hey,
Give me 200 on red.
Dead hands.
hey, look, the first thing I
You
learned.
better have weed, too.
Hey, because it's definitely weeds. The first thing I learned in sales, and I actually use this just dealing with people, especially with the hoes.
Come on, bro.
But when it women, no, we got to
Nah,
get
nah,
mess,
nah.
man. We ain't showing the clutch on the gospel.
Let's go.
Hey, people buy off emotion and defend with logic.
Let's go, bro.
And that's exactly what the elder talking about that girl did. That's what people do. They buy with emotion and they defend it with logic. She feel that was logical, her going over there to redo her dumb shit. But it was all emotions. She spent $40,000 on some shit she could have spent $50 on because she was sold off of emotion and she defended it with her would-be logic.
Yeah, and not only that, she want to stunt on her own friends and other girls.
That's the logic. That's her
See,
would-be
then
logic.
I got a Birkin.
Exactly.
I got
exactly.
a Chanel. I got the G's. And then when I was coming up, had them double G's was the shit.
It is for everybody.
You right?
Double G's on them double.
You had them double G's, boy.
That's some nigga shit. That's
You know?
the Jack Lake.
And now with all the different tariffs and shit popping off, right, on TikTok, you got all of these different Chinese manufacturing companies. They going on there like, oh no, so look, we make the bag over here. The bag will be this much leather, this much zipper. The shit it cost me $500 to make, but we ship it to Europe so they can put this metal piece of
that
labeling on.
Right,
and now it's $40,000.
And it didn't even, exactly.
Basically, Trader Joe's.
And he broke it down, man. And you dumbass Americans, still, some of you, especially the women, it still went right over your head. Basically, if you had any sense at all, you would boycott all that. Gucci would go under. Louis Vuitton would go under. Chanel would go under. All of them would go under because you would stop buying them. Jordans would go under. You would stop buying them. But your dumb ass is like, shit, we was going to go to China to get them. Nigga, he just told you that they're all fake. And so it's just like, so now the broke nigga, all right, the broke cracker, the broke nigga, and now he can buy the same shit you have and sit at the same table that you sit at now. You're not special anymore. You got a Birkin, you got a Birkin, and you got a Birkin, and the bitch with the weave and the Newport, she got a Birkin too.
Yeah. With a black and mild in that motherfucker.
Fucking it up.
Freaking it.
First just
In a
stank.
Plan B field.
Right.
It's a plan.
And a Four Loco.
And Elder, like this shit happened a while back too. When Stephon Marbury, he made his shoe company Starberry, and he was selling the shoes for $35.
Shaq, too.
And Jake was
Shaq
tripping.
too, yeah.
Jake was tripping on him, bro. And he was like, bro, I don't know why y'all saying my shit cheap and trash. My shit get made in the same factory as y'all beloved Jordans.
Exactly.
I'm just selling them affordable for you niggas. And they still was shitting on him.
Hey,
And
shout out
they
to Stephon for marrying
Very
that Chinese.
Chinese.
Oh, we gotta say it. We gotta say it. It's the spirit of the earth. The nigga Stephon, then you know, he looked extra big. He looked like Shaq next to that bitch. He wrapped his arm around the bitch, and he said they got married in Chinese. This bitch over there, that nigga know fluent Chinese, but they treat this nigga like God over there, man.
He like
and,
Jordan.
Yep, and you black Jakes, and I'm not even into basketball, but I'm into knowing the black culture. These black Jakes over here ragged him for them shoes, man. In China, they making the shoes. This nigga on the team. They gave this nigga a bitch.
Hey, look, man. I'm
Fuck
gonna tell you
these
this
blacks,
right
man.
off the gate, man. In the fight community, China. All right. He's a good example. We're gonna use him as one of them. But within the fight community, man, especially in combat sport, it's huge in China. It's a lot bigger than here in Asia, period. It's a lot bigger than because you know you niggas in America like to play with balls because y'all soft. And over in Asia, them niggas get down. And those are the mighty men. Those are the people to look up to. Right? And I ain't talking about a weak ass boxing either. I'm talking about real fighting. And look, and the Jakes over there that were great at this got treated like kings over there, man.
Exactly.
I saw it over and over again, man. Started with Carlos Newton. Go find out who Carlos Newton was.
That motherfucker.
The dude spoke he spoke full Japanese, man.
That nigga a lawyer now.
No, he's a doctor.
Yeah,
He was
God.
a doctor when he was fighting.
He gonna give a nigga a prescription for real.
This he was giving out prescriptions, right? That nigga would choke your ass out, write you out a prescription.
Carlos
Right?
was a bad nigga, boy.
All right, Carlos Newton was a bad dude, man. All right, he was the UFC welterweight champion once upon a time too.
Amen, boy.
Right? And he fought up above his weight class all the time over there in Japan, man. All right? Rampage.
Yep.
The Monster, Kevin Randall.
Ooh.
They even that big dude who sucked Crazy Horse.
Bob
That's
Sapp.
that fella.
Bob
Bob
Sapp,
Sapp.
Crazy Horse.
Fat Bob Sapp couldn't win a fight, but they loved him anyway, man.
Because he was in that
Because the
shit.
spirit that he brought.
Yeah.
He came to fight, man.
Oh.
And they love Crazy Horse, man. Crazy Horse ain't nothing but a straight up nigga and a fella with gold teeth and looking like old dirty bastard, all in the camera doing this.
Take the black and mouth.
Black and crazy and
Yeah.
shit. But they loved him over there.
Yeah, that war demon on him.
You know?
Oh, when Akiri, that's the spirit. The elder bought out Bob Sapp. When Akiri Toriyama, one of the greatest, and I believe he's Israelite, one of the greatest minds ever, the creator of Dragon Ball Z, he got a character out of Bob Sapp. You can look it up. Akiri Toriyama, they got that thing for Jake, man, that's worries. He said, I seen this man, he put up in Dragon Ball Z. He said, I had that man a beast, man.
I had a Korean lady, not yesterday, the day before yesterday, tell me that she just said it. We were having a conversation and she said it on her own, unprovoked. She said, black people are the best at everything and white people in America have stolen everything from them. She said this. She said their music, their style, the way they dress, the way they walk, the way they talk, everything about them. And she said, and she said, not only do they, but and then they mimic it over in Korea where she's from. She said that. She said that, and I was just like that. I didn't disagree with it, but she said it. Right? It was just in general conversation. Right? Because it's true. We truly are the salt of the earth, the most hated and loved at the same time.
That's right.
It's the weirdest shit.
The Japanese have the Tono culture in Japan.
Yeah.
They got the Virgin Mary and everything. She's like,
Yeah.
and the bitch said it. That's why I know there's Jake too.
The
She
Philippines too.
said, she said, I don't know why. She's like, I don't know why, but I believe in that shit too. And all it is on
Hey,
TV,
look,
huh?
the dude, some of you brothers
It's
was
the
long,
spirit bearing record.
some of you brothers were long enough, have been around long enough to remember the Impala that I used to drive.
man.
Brothers, remember my Impala when I would come to camp and we'd sit in the parking lot and then have a crowd of people around at the Impala.
He get Jake
The
Seward
dude who used to work on my Impala, one of the ways he made big money was that he took old school cars and he hydraulics them out and made them into lowriders and he sold them to Japanese. He was sending them shit. He would buy an old car and he put about 5 to 10 grand into it and put them hydraulics. He turned around and said that thing $25,000-$30,000. And he was constantly sending building cars and they shipping them out. Japanese and Chinese were buying these cars and shipping them overseas, man. Because they wanted to drive up and down the street sipping on gin and juice.
Yeah.
They want to be hitting switches.
That 40 ounce.
They want to be hitting corners and hitting switches.
That's that
Bouncing and shit.
Bandanas and baggy pants and
Hey, real quick, Ramadan. Everybody know that cat who played Rufio and Peter Pan.
Oh yeah.
He an Israelite.
His name is Dante.
Yeah.
His father is Judah.
Hey, that's the spirit. And
I think his mother's Filipino. His father's Judah.
He was saying they but you know how Jake say, you know their mom is.
Yeah.
But it just show you he an Israelite because he was saying, and that's funny, he played in that movie with Bob Sapp and fucking Michael John White. But he was saying that he was like, yeah, man, I'm Filipino. He said people didn't know what the fucking Filipino was in the 90s. He said, man, he said they wanted you to play in Mexico. He said, oh shit, we the Mexicans over there. He said, I want you to play Vietnamese. He said, oh, them my cousins. He said, I want to play China. Shit, my grandmama half Chinese. He said, I play all that shit. I'm a Mexican. He said that, but that's the spirit.
And that's funny because I can see his face and hear his voice when you say it.
In every movie though, like that nigga really, He said, they ain't know what the fucking Filipino was. I played all that shit. He said, I want you to be a Mexican. He said, hell yeah. Jake funny as hell, man. But over there, where he from, they even do that culture. They bandana up on that cholo shit. All right. Yeah.
Con. All right, let's get back to it.
I had to reset for you to talk about what y'all talking about. This is the book of Sirach, chapter 10 and verse 30. It says, the poor man is honored for his skill, and the rich man is honored for his riches. He that is honored in poverty, how much more in riches? And he that is dishonorable in riches, how much more in poverty? So even in our lowest state, man, everybody want to be Jake. everybody wants to act and behave like Jake. Everybody fucks to Jake, man.
Yeah.
And niggas still don't fuck with Esau for real.
And on the flip side of that, right, Esau at his height. This the highest the so-called white man is ever going to be. All right? And
Including Amalek.
That's right. Oh, starting with Amalek. Starting with Amalek. Don't nobody, everybody hate him. He being chased out the earth once more again.
Hey, I'm gonna tell you right now, a lot of wives and girlfriends
Read on.
in Julius Rome
Read.
got niggas on the side.
Read on.
All right, I'm telling you. Okay,
Yeah.
they got a lot of wives and girlfriends in Julius Rome. All right, they fucking with Jake, man.
They are the niggas I train
They
with
fucking with Jerome
in the world.
and Julio
Yeah.
on the side.
Yeah.
I'm telling you.
Yeah. Yeah. They say what you like. They be doing them little niggas on the podcast and just tell you everything with a white man. They say everything with a white man. Shit, I be seeing Elon walk in the spot with the white woman, man. Elon putting his hands on that white flesh, man. You got these Moabites. Look, man, the white man is being chased out the earth, and it starts with the woman. We gotta go into that, man. Cause the white man used to be able to rag, especially a nigga, for looking at a white woman. Now you see what?
Emmett Till.
Yeah, Emmett Till Mobley. Exactly. You know? So that's spiritual what the Elder Malcolm was talking about, man. And you gotta understand how many Buffalo Bobs, how many incels, and how many broke wrist Edomites around here with sugar in they tank simply because they high school sweetheart fucking a nigga. And I love it. You will never get Piggy Sue back to the farm, pussy.
That's right.
Go ahead, brother. Read on.
Back to that Joel.
Whatever.
It shows you that in sinners. Even though she just talking about it.
Oh, I probably wasn't here.
Going back to that Joel. Back to Joel chapter 3, verse 11. It says, assemble yourselves and come, all ye heathen, and gather yourselves together round about. Thither cause thy mighty ones to come down, O Yahweh. Let the heathen be weakened and come to the valley of Jehoshaphat, for there will I sit to judge all the heathen round about.
Now that's about that. Go ahead, Elder.
Well, but why? Why is it happening? Because of the controversy of Zion. Somebody can get it. All right? The Lord is getting ready to let the whole world know who Zion really is, man.
See how it go from our
Right?
slavery
He's getting ready to let the whole world know, man.
to right now. To right now, because they getting riled up in the Valley of Jehoshaphat right now for the Third World War. So when you see these little monkeys, they look Mexicans. You know, they wasn't Negro. They walking with their families and shit. Yeah, how about you shopping with the sailor outfit? They smiling. I looked, and I didn't say it loud. I said, they about to go to the Valley of Jehoshaphat and die.
Yeah.
Go ahead and take your pictures by the river
right,
wall.
say
Y'all about to
goodbye.
go die.
Right.
Y'all gonna be part of that stink.
It's that little cutie girl you got goodbye.
And I claimed both of them. And then they was some hoes. One was a jigaboo and a Mexican. I claimed both of them hoes and said, yeah, they getting ready to go
You
down.
see him on the other side.
Yeah, they through.
Bro, I'll never forget. One of the first niggas I told about the
James.
truth. This was like the last time I hung with my homies in the world, bro. And I was telling, they was asking me about the scriptures and shit. They had this one nigga with them. Long story short, he got the scoffing and was like, well, what if I don't believe this and that? And what if you just lying? I looked him in the eye and said, nigga, I don't give a fuck. Long story short, the nigga ended up like last year, the nigga was like, oh, I'm going to the Navy. I said, nigga, good, because you was scoffing on the Lord for the deal with your bitch ass. He said, what? I said, nigga, I told you this shit was gonna happen. All of these niggas smoke, man.
Right. Because how many videos you got of people in the service saying we fucking? I've seen quite a few videos with soldiers saying, shit, we're fucked.
Yeah.
Go to the VA.
Because you are.
Go to the fucking VA.
Yeah. They can't even take care of their veterans. What makes you think they're gonna take care of you when you enlist? They can't even take care of their veterans.
Right.
Who bled for them, lost fucking limbs for them and all kind of shit.
Yeah. Yeah. That's why the scripture go into
They got that movie Warfare. That's another really good movie, man.
warfare.
The movie Warfare. It's in the theaters right now.
Time.
And it's about a platoon, a couple different platoons that got caught over there in the middle of some shit in somebody else's land. Right? In the place where they had no fucking business being there in the first place.
Time.
Yep.
All right? And them dudes was defending their home. Who was the bad guy in that movie?
Yep.
Right? They didn't want, look, You know what? I understand. I wouldn't want nobody coming to bring democracy, which consists of ass twerking and adultery and the gay alphabet and all that other shit. Being taught to my children, to my youth, destroying my way of life.
And if you tell them you wrong,
taking my resources and shit. And right, and then when you go to defend your homeland, you call it the T word.
Yeah.
Bullshit, man.
Elder, you remember doing the debate?
Then they gonna make heroes out of niggas that was over there shooting, hiding inside of buildings with little holes in them. Shooting people if they're walking down the street in their own land. Bam. Bam.
Yeah.
And then they gonna get this motherfucking medal and come to the hero. You're a fucking murderer. Yeah. You're the damn T word.
And a coward.
And a coward. Or hide behind a building with a little hole and stick your barrel out the hole and shoot motherfuckers.
Like you get a medal of honor.
And not even people, and all the people you shoot are not combatants. They just people.
Hey, Elder, you remember doing the debates when Kamala Harris? I said, "Oh, we no longer have any soldiers in hostile territory."
Yeah.
And then the soldiers panned the camera around. I'm like, "Well, what the fuck are we at then?"
Yeah.
Going is what you said. They not even taking care of the people that they got already. What you think they gonna do for you? They acting like them niggas don't even exist over there, man.
Placement out of there. They left soldiers back there, and they left all the asses back there. And every C-130 fucking left, and left y'all punk asses back over there. And you're active fucking duty behind what they call enemy lines, right? They left your ass over there. You weren't even in the green zone.
They say Brittany Griner though.
I got a precept for what the Elder Malcolm had said about not wanting a democracy. Who playing the device? I don't know. What the fuck is that? Cut it off. Whatever it is, whoever got it, cut it off. It said, this is Nahum 3 and verse 18. It says, thy shepherds slumber, O king of Assyria. And when it goes into Assyria, it goes into that Assyrian spoke about the so-called white man, the hammer of the earth. It says, thy nobles shall dwell in the dust, thy people are scattered amongst the mountains, and no man gathered them, because he about to get smoked. Why? It says, there is no healing of thy bruise, thy wound is grievous. And this lets you know it's talking about America. He said, all them that hear the bruit of thee shall clap hands over thee, for upon whom have not thy wickedness passed continually. That's talking about Babylon the Great. Who didn't get democracy? Every place they went into, it was in the spirit of free doom. It was in the spirit of spreading their wickedness. Like the Elder Malcolm said, they twerkism, they lesbianism, they LGBTism. Oh, that nigger shit, black culture. In case you niggers didn't know, black culture is the greatest invention of the so-called white man.
The greatest.
Black culture, the so-called white man invented black culture.
He created that, right.
All right? Democracy.
It was born out of slavery, man.
That's they bruise, man.
And it was a way to keep you controlled and never knowing who you really are.
Yeah.
And then when you hear the truth, you resist it.
Yeah.
My mama didn't teach me that. Your mama's a nigger.
Yeah.
Nigger.
No, speaking of, I was on World Star. They got I was watching some black culture, a 20v1, and it's a fucking black woman. I don't know the bitch, probably a housewife, whatever bitch. She got a bunch of black women. She went up there, she was like, which one of y'all bitches is some real bitches? She saying, show it. These hoes just start fighting, man. The bitch on the microphone, man, these hoes just start squaring up, just fighting, bro. I'm like, man, this is madness. These are mothers, man. They raised a little bastards,
That's black culture.
Monstrous children.
All right? That's black culture right there.
Black.
Which one of y'all real bitches? And I bet you all kind of Jacobs watching the show.
Yeah.
And Esau watching it and laughing at it. Esau watching
Ishmael.
it, getting high, drinking to it.
Boots.
And then they gonna sample it and use it to shame you.
Yeah. Yeah.
Viral.
That's crazy.
You got something, brother?
Here, call for that Isaiah 34, the conference sign.
This is Psalms 83 and 2. For lo, thy enemies make a tumult, and they that hate thee have lifted up the head. They have taken crafty counsel against thy people, and consulted against thy citizens. They said, come, let us cut them off from being a nation. Let the name of Israel.
Hold on, I'm trying to go fast. That's a good scripture. Case in point. Let that shit go fast.
It's verse 4 again.
2 minute triangle.
They have said, come and let us cut them off from being a nation, that the name of Israel may be no more in remembrance.
Yeah. And like we said earlier, man, we can go ahead and bring that out. That is Isaiah 34:8. Because the reason the Lord is gathering the nations to the valley of Jehoshaphat and making America lose allies, all right? Well, damn, all of NATO and Europe are not with America, and they're hating the Israelis. I don't know how many of you saw them Israelis with their ass whooped in Thailand.
I ain't see it yet.
Man, they call it nasty, all right? They caught the flops. They was catching Thai flops.
Louis Zilla was at the airport.
Them niggas was getting elbowed and kneed.
That nigga Louis Zilla was at the airport.
Right. They was getting Bruce Bach in there, man. Right.
Shit, bro.
Okay? It was not nice, man. Right. Them niggas was flying elbows and shit. They fucked them up, man.
Niggas stand in front of you like that, just leave, bro.
What you shooting, right?
You at the airport,
Right. And nigga get to that praying mantis.
Yeah, get to jumping on what?
Leave, man.
Leave, nigga, leave. Man, this old clip, these black niggas, bro, they had these street fights, motherfucker did like this. He said, I would've left.
Straight to the point, bro.
Fuck.
This is Isaiah 34, verse 8.
No, you can start at verse 5. Go ahead.
Isaiah 34, verse 5. For my sword shall be bathed in heaven. Behold, it shall come down upon Idumea.
Same way them elbows and shin kicks was coming down on them Amalekites in Thailand. Go ahead.
And upon the people of my curse to judgment. The sword of Yahweh is filled with blood.
Right, and it's a funny thing too. In the Filipino fighting arts, they have a two-hand sword technique that they actually call heavenly swords, man. Go ahead, brother.
It is made fat with fatness and with the blood of lambs and goats, with the fat of the kidneys of rams. For Yahweh had a sacrifice in Bozrah.
And that's talking about their whole military, their whole infrastructure, man. All right, it's all going to be sacrificed. Right. Go ahead.
And the great slaughter in the land of Idumea, and the unicorns shall come down with them.
So they're going to have no more communications, none of that, man.
Lights out,
the Lord is going to take everything from me, so he's going to need those unicorns. That's proof right there that the MOTB's not going to work. He needs the unicorns to control and read and all, you know.
That's satellite technology.
Yeah.
One horn. That's what that goes
And so the Lord just told you, no,
satellite
man,
technology.
all that shit coming down, man. All your pollution. Because Esau's technology is pollution. The Lord has clean technology.
That's right.
You know, they always talking about how these UAPs and UFOs can go in and out of the firmament, right? Which Elon Musk just admitted that he couldn't pass it, that he kept bumping into it trying to fly his rockets. So there's another evidence that no one ever went to the moon. All right, but he admitted it. Because he's bragging about how once I figure out how to get through the firmament, I'm going into outer space. Well, wait a minute.
Right.
So you can't go through the firmament with modern rockets, but you can in an old tin can, and come back.
He just said Katy Perry and Gayle King did it.
On a landline.
Where the fuck did you, how did you refuel? You got a refueling station up there? Fuck out of here. So how did you launch out of the gravitational pull of the hot ass moon? The moon is a night sun, idiots.
That's
you
right.
can't land on it.
Nightlight.
And then how did the cameraman get there and film him coming down?
The
Exactly.
cameraman got there.
Cameraman should have got an award.
AZ film.
The whole crew.
That's right. It'll be movies about this crew.
The driver, the cameraman, the boom guy, the guy with the mic.
Ike Williams. Another Spike Lee joint. Get the fuck out of here, man. Hey, but no, they just put this bitch Katy Perry. I love that white bitch. Katy Perry, Gayle King. Yeah, that bitch is fine, man. They had this raggedy mouth bitch, Gayle King in there. They just said they flew him out of space 2 days ago.
The Baphomet on their shit.
Yeah, you seen that?
How is that?
Bali, man. They came, they came back in 11 minutes. Go ahead. I just had to put that part in there.
So there you go.
Bali,
Elon Musk just said in an interview not that long ago that once he figures out how to get through the firmament, because he went into space and he couldn't, his rockets couldn't go through the firmament. You can't. The Lord got a barrier on Esau.
That's right. That's right.
Isaiah 34:7. And the unicorn shall come down with them, and the bullocks with the bulls.
And all that garbage, because where the unicorns are sitting, that's that gravitational pull where you kind of get caught in between, and you can't go any further because you're just outside of the gravitational pull. That's the Van Allen belt, which is heavily radiated, and human flesh you can't live through. That's why we're going to be changed when we go up onto the chariots.
Yeah.
All right, because these bodies, we die up there.
That's spirit, man.
You know what I'm saying? He said, whatever.
I just said that, brother, like 5 times.
Damn, he just said it, man. That real ass shit.
And in my Abraham voice.
Space, man. This bitch didn't go on his face like 2 days ago.
Said he came back
This
in 11
started.
minutes.
They did. It was 11 minutes. Even in Chicago, that comedian.
So they
nigga
went
down
on the
there.
plane and came back, basically.
Yeah, they
Yeah,
said,
they had it in the shuttle. They had the suit. Go ahead, Ron G. Go ahead.
They said it's so stupid. They said, you know, when you come back to space, it's supposed to be vacuum sealed, so the person on the outside got to open the door. They accidentally opened the door from the inside. Just expose all of them gum
Hey,
shit.
hold
Then
on.
they
What
made
do
him
you
get back in.
expect?
They made him get back in so they can
Right,
redo it.
right. These hoes was on the shirt. They was on the Disney.
This is folly. Like, how could you believe this? And look, this is the whole crew. America is weak,
All
man.
bitches.
Yeah, all women.
It's that
all
This is
women.
weak, man.
It's that elevation of the woman. That
Right,
woman
right.
worship, man.
That's folly, man. Hey, look, bitch, you go in the bed. Both of y'all go in the bed. You go in the kitchen. You go get the fucking laundry.
You know what that looks like to me? Let me see that again.
Hold on, let me open it. That's foolishness, man.
11 minutes.
So that's Monday through Friday.
Yeah.
Right. Matter of fact, that's Monday through you know. You got 6 days in a row and the rest on the Sabbath day. That's
Gail
what that
King
is.
gotta
There's
go.
6 of them.
Gail
You
King
notice
gotta
there's
go.
6 of them too.
Gail King gotta watch.
That jigaboo
She gotta
gotta
watch
go.
the dog.
No, somebody got to be there to witness this shit. Gail gonna get beat better with 2. She got to tell her black nigga family what the fuck really going on. All them hoes staying and getting put to work. They came back in 11 minutes. That's fine, man. Go ahead. The fact that you niggas sit at home and believe this shit, but sit up
That
there
is
and tell
nothing
us
but
something.
distraction news.
God.
That's distraction news to get your mind off of everything that we're speaking about now.
Exactly.
And all the important things that are happening throughout the world as your economy is failing, right? As your government is failing, as your dollar is crashing, right? And as they're shipping Americans and shipping people to prison camps in Venezuela and going around their civil rights, man, without due process. You can't. You're supposed to get due process in America. All right, and you don't get that.
And their land shall be soaked with blood, and their dust made fat with fatness. For it is the day of Yahweh's vengeance, and the year of recompenses for the controversy of Zion.
So the Lord is getting ready to recompense the other nations for us. All right? So there's going to be no more arguments about who the Israelites really are, man. The Lord gonna make that 2nd Ezra 16:73. All right? You can even start up a little bit. This is going to be pretty bad as we get to that point. But the Lord going to, because many of the heathen already know. They're just in denial of the truth. Cognitive dissonance. You best believe Haman Malone knows.
2nd Ezra 16:70. For there shall be in every place and in the next cities a great insurrection upon those that fear the Lord.
Yeah, so they're going to come after the people who believe in this Bible, man. And that's mainly talking about us. All right? They're going to get at these fake Christians and all that stuff too, but it's really us. Go ahead.
They shall be like madmen, sparing none, but still spoiling and destroying those that fear the Lord, Yahweh Shem Yahushai.
So they're not going to be sparing, man. Spoiling means like when you kick in somebody's door and you rob them blind, right? And that was what X said, right?
Yeah, I think
kicking the
he
door
said
with
that.
the no. He said kicking the door. You know, no, he said it.
Yeah,
X said it. He said you wish you never saw me kicking that door with the 4-4. Some shit. Now you on the floor. Some shit he said.
I know, he said it. Both of them said it.
Yeah.
Boom, not anymore.
Right.
X said it. Biggie said
Yeah,
it too
man,
with his
nigga,
wicked
right.
ass.
Go ahead,
Both
brother.
of them wicked niggas said it.
It says, "For they shall waste and take away their goods and cast them out of their houses.
Layman terms. Break yourself, nigga. Go ahead.
Then shall they be known who are my chosen."
Then you gonna know who the chosen are, man. Because that's when it says that a man should be precious.
That's right.
He should be a covering.
That's right.
And not just any man,
That's right.
but a man of the Lord.
That's right.
The one that the Spirit of the Lord rests on.
That's right.
All right, not just any man. Okay,
'Cause when
just because you know, because even Rambo died. Okay,
And get wisdom and knowledge to be the
you know,
spirit of the time.
he went out like a G, but he still died.
Get Psalms the 91st chapter too, because what the elder Moses was saying heavy. Hey, it says sparing none. Why do you think they making all these androids, these robot dogs? All right, you seen that movie with Will Smith, that predictive program, that art imitate life, iRobot?
Black Mirror.
That's
Number
real.
two.
What you
Shit,
say?
shit.
Black Mirror.
That's right.
Metalhead.
Metalhead, yeah, bro, that
that,
metal one.
that Black Mirror Metalhead was disturbing.
Yep.
man.
Hell yeah, that dog.
That shit was disturbing. That damn robotic dog, the way it was just rooted.
Yeah.
And when you disarmed it, the damn dog went to the kitchen, screwed a knife on it,
Yeah.
and made it worse.
Yep.
It was like, damn, man, give him back the knife.
It started
So
evolving.
he can kill me quick.
It started evolving. All this AI technology, this is for them to come through being madman, sparing none. Because that robot don't have a conscience, man. That robot don't have a conscience. And they really finna attack you niggas, man. And you not gonna have the covering of Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahweh Shah. And that's why the scriptures say one of some did not believe. Does that make the word of God void? Yahweh forbid. Hey, we don't care if you niggas don't believe. I bet you this shit gonna happen.
Nigger. Hey, look, everything else we've been saying been happening just like we said it. Like it or not. A lot of the things that you've been seeing going on, we've been warning you of this shit over a decade ago.
Many
The
years.
The apostles and elders were warning you of it way before then. All right, and now it's here. Go ahead. I've had people call me and text me, all right, and reach out to me that I had conversations with years ago. All right? I was on the phone 2-3 days ago. One of the brothers, he called me at 11:30 at night. And I'm thinking something wrong with him. Because I was like, man, I wouldn't even picked up. If I didn't see your name, I would have picked up. I said, I'm going to sleep. And so we talked for about a half hour, man. He was like, fuck, I can't sleep, bro. He said, all that shit you were saying, he said, I got to reconsider everything you said, man. He said, I've been watching damn near everything you said word for word come to life right in front of my face, man.
That's right.
And he was like, bros, you gotta listen to you, man.
Yeah.
I said, and I told him, it ain't for them.
It ain't for
I
them.
said, you the only one that did halfway listen. You know, it ain't for them, man. Go ahead, brother.
Who got that? Get that Isaiah. He had it, but go ahead.
Whoever got it.
Whoever got it, just read it.
Isaiah 33:1. It says, "Woe to thee that spoilest, and thou was not spoiled, and dealest." It's like
That ain't what I asked.
33 and 6.
Isaiah 33:6. And wisdom and knowledge shall be the stability of thy times, and strength of salvation.
So when they come through like man, spare none, who gonna be the man with the wisdom and knowledge? He said the wisdom and knowledge. 144, that's who gonna be familiar with the wisdom and knowledge. He said wisdom and knowledge shall be the stability of our times and strength of our salvation. Because I'm a mighty nigga. And I know niggas way mightier than me, but you ain't gonna make it without the covering of Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahweh Shai. He said a mighty man gonna be his women, man. Without this covering, you gonna see these niggas' knees knocking like bitches. Finish reading.
It says, the fear of the Lord.
No, go ahead, go ahead.
The fear of the Lord Yahweh is his treasure.
So the fear of the Lord. We come out here because of the fear of the Lord.
That's right.
We don't come out here for a show. Nigga, I can give you a show. I'm a spectacular performer. We don't come out here for a show. The Bible says through the terror of the Lord do we persuade men. The Bible says the lion has roared. Who cannot but yet prophesy? I know the Lord destroying this place.
And that's why we speak about what you call gloom and doom.
Yeah.
Because the Bible is all about that. It's full of woe, dark sins, and lamentation. All right? And so, and we're in that time, so we keep telling you about it.
Go ahead, brother. Who got that Psalm 91? Go ahead, read it. This brother read it.
Read it.
Psalms chapter, Psalms 91.
1
and 1.
One, nigga, that's Psalms.
He that dwelleth in the secret
You gonna
place.
read the whole chapter?
He that dwelleth
I
in
ain't
the
got nowhere to go. Not yet. Go ahead.
He that dwelleth in the secret place of the Most High should abide under the shadow of the Almighty. And I will, and I will say,
it said, he that dwelleth in the secret place of the Most High shall dwell under the shadow of the Almighty. Hey, you have to have divine protection to come out here and do this, man.
the shadow of the Most High is better than level 5 body armor, man.
That's right.
When that Edomite said it, when they was mad about Trump, and he gave you a warning to all you other Americans, that how y'all better have your level 5.
Yeah.
If you try to come and take away our guns, nigga, you better have your level 5. That's what that Edomite said.
Yeah.
All right?
Kevlar.
So, hey, the shadow of the Most High is 100 times better than your level 5. Homie.
That's right.
All right?
Can I get a quick precept?
Go ahead.
Proverbs 18 and 10. The name of Yahweh, by Hashem Yahweh Shai, is a strong tower. The righteous run into it and is safe.
Right? So a lot of you other camps and you fake camps out there, you're going to have people calling on Yehoshua and all these other names.
Most High, God, and Christ.
What's the one that the GOCC uses?
Ahaya, I am that I am.
Yeah, you're gonna have people get put to death calling on the wrong names, man.
Hey, you gonna have people that talk the wrong things calling on the right name. Because when you go into the book,
be too late for them.
That's right. When you go into the book of the gospel, in Matthew, I think he said, Lord, Lord. Lord, Lord. Have I not taught in your name? No, nigga, you did that in vain. You took the name of Yahweh by Hashem Yahweh Shai in vain, man. You did it for filthy lucre's sake.
You said that they can use other names too.
Yeah.
Right?
That's just like,
one of them has the nerve to say you can call on your name, Go ahead, brother.
This is the book of Matthew, chapter 7, and verse 22. Many will say to me in that day, Lord, Lord, have we not prophesied in thy name?
And that's Yahweh. So it's going to be people with the real name and the wrong doctrine, because the name carries out a reputation, man. The Lord ain't playing this shit with you punks. He ain't playing it with none of us. Go ahead.
And in thy name have cast out devils, and in thy name done many wonderful works.
Yeah, you know, they seen us out there. They had the beard on them. The biggest niggas had the guards on them. And Jake come out with the staff.
Man.
Yeah, they got the uniform.
Passing out flyers.
Passing out. Get a fucking soup cooler.
Esau using AI to create the most dangerous individuals.
Exactly.
I watched the video, said the most dangerous inmate, and it had a big ass swole Jake, super swole, looking like the fucking Hulk, wearing the orange jumpsuit that wouldn't even fit him because his swole is busting all out of him. And the nigga had a big ass oily beard, straight up Judah. Only thing they had him with a bald head. And I looked up and it had 7.7 million views. And it had him standing in the court. And then they had all the white jurors and judges all looking at him trembling in fear, man. They're trying to give you like the right. Then they went to show you the guy that they were actually portraying. This dude, while he was in lockup, overpowered a female guard. Took her put the flops on her. Took her keys. Took her pistol. Another one came in while he was doing it. Put the flops on him. Took his gun. Right. Then he was getting direction to the judge who had just sent him up the river. Put the judge to death. Right. Then he put the judge to death. And then while he was putting the judge to death, another bailiff came in. While he was doing that, he took him out, took his radio, and then what he didn't know is that the bailiff hit the emergency thing on the radio. Right? So that call went out. And he was trying to use the radio to say, no, it's all clear, it's all clear. Right? But the fact that they made this AI version of him look like a brother that's teaching. Basically, Murph with a big ass beard down there. All right? That's basically what they did, man. Because so they're purposely trying to make it where a man that's in his manliness, the way the Lord ordered us to be, wearing our beard. Right. Right, exactly. They didn't have one. And here's the killer thing. The actual dude had a little pencil mustache and a bald face. The actual dude had a pencil mustache and a bald face.
Man.
But yet the AI cartoon image had this dude looking like, you know, right, had him looking like, what's that dude, Broly?
Yeah,
when he
Broly
going
with a beard.
when he going to his full.
Oh yeah,
right.
Broly, yeah.
They had this nigga looking like that, man.
Yeah.
Right, and so all you had to do is that, and I was like, damn, this was done on purpose.
That's right.
This was done purposely to make him look like he is a brother out here preaching the gospel of the Lord, man.
That's right.
All right, and then when I looked at how many views, 7.7 million. I was like, you have got to be kidding. So every crack in the country, around the world, every heathen has clicked on it. So watch that. I mean, they're watching it.
Crazy.
A lot of people watch that video, man. And then it gives you this horrific story of this Jake that went on a rampage and killed this proud ass cracker judge who the judge had a beard. All right. And, you know.
Verse 20, Matthew 7:23. And then will I profess unto them, I never knew you. Depart from me, ye that work iniquity. Therefore, whosoever heareth these sayings of mine and doeth them, I will liken him unto a wise man.
See, so you got to be a wise man to get out of here. Go ahead.
Which built his house upon a rock, and the rain descended, and the floods came, and the winds blew.
That's going to be everything that come against us, man. Including the so-called white man and his military, because this is his last straw. He got to put his blessing to use one more time.
When them hovering crafts that they have and them helicopters come over top, and they start sliding down, and the robots come down, all right, and the Lord gonna lift up that standard, man, and you gonna see Jakes grabbing the robots and ripping them to pieces, all right, grabbing the whole city buses, smacking that shit around, man. All right, grab the damn MRAP and bend all the damn barrels on that bitch.
I had a dream like that.
All right, and check this out. Check this out. The dude, going back to the story real quick, what the dude did was righteous. He put his adulterous wife and her lover to death. He caught them in the act. That's what he was in jail for.
Unrighteous decree.
That's an unright, because biblically, what he did was
kept the law.
In a Christian society that's supposed to be built by, set up by Christians.
They swear on the Bible.
In the Christian Bible,
that court of law.
They put on in that Christian Bible, it tells you that what that man was in jail for in the Bible, he was actually did a righteous thing, biblically. Because see, in this place, they do the opposite of what's righteous. Therefore, wrongful judgment doth go forth, man.
Yeah.
Right?
My cousin did 12 years.
That's what he was locked up for. All right? He called this woman, all right, with another man inside of her.
More than likely in his
and he sent them both to the spirit world.
Read on.
Wasn't no negotiating.
Baby, why?
Right.
How could you?
Right.
Yeah.
He was like, oh, really? Right? Yeah. He sent them both to the spirit world, man. Which, according to the Holy Bible, what he did was a righteous thing.
Read on.
Just saying. But that's what the Bible says. I don't know what the Christians gonna say, but it's in their book.
The Christians gonna say pay your tithes.
You should have loved them.
And they next. The Christian preacher shit, he got next. Go back to the Psalms. We gotta finish that. Don't come over here. The Mexican camp over there. Go ahead.
Go ahead, bro. I will say of the Lord, Psalms chapter 91, verse 2. I will say of the Lord, he is my refuge, my fortress, my God. That's right. And in him I trust. He says, surely he will deliver thee from the snare of the fowler.
And this King David, this is the mightiest to ever do it. By the way, go ahead.
And from the noisome pestilence.
That's to come. Go ahead.
He should cover thee with his feathers, and under his wings should I trust. His truth shall be thy shield and thy buckler.
Says a man who ran through 10,000 of men by himself.
That's right.
There's no man on the face of the earth in the history of mankind that actually. That's why he
with his hands.
That's why he wasn't allowed to build the temple. He was so mighty. The Lord.
Too many enemies.
The Lord wouldn't allow him to build his temple. He's like, I'm glad you have the heart to do so, but there's too much blood on your hand.
Man.
And he told him, your seed That's how you know you come from your father. That shall come not your mother, right? Like they teach, you shot out of your father's loin into your mother's womb, and she nurtures his seed.
That's right.
All of you are of the seed of man.
That's right.
All that I will always love my mama shit. You came from your father. Okay?
Now we gonna give my mama head. 17 years old.
All right?
Punk ass nigga. Go ahead.
You came from your father, man. All right? And so this man is the mightiest man that ever walked the face of the earth, man, physically. And he's still leaning on the Lord for his deliverance. Right? He didn't say he did it by his own hand. He admitted that, he acknowledged that the Lord was with him. That's the only way he's gonna be able to take all the spoils.
That's right.
All right? And we are gonna take the spoils.
That booty.
Matter of fact, we ain't even have to take the spoils. The spoils are gonna
give it to us.
Yeah.
They coming to us on this side.
They coming to
How
us.
much more? I've said it so many times, man. We've gotten their spoils when we have nothing.
That's right.
How much more when we have everything?
Hey, the scripture say his widow shall not weep. I ain't right. Look how the black woman turned you niggas in when they jumped off them slave ships. The Lord did that for the white man. Imagine what he gonna read. Imagine what he gonna do for the apple of his eye. Right. Hey, the Lord put his foot in our ass by the hand of the so-called white man. Imagine what he gonna do for the. That's what I'm saying.
And Eve helped him.
That black queen.
I never met the queen.
I never met the queen. And that nigga Umar gonna die too. Go ahead. That nigga say psychologically out. Go ahead, man. Read the Psalms, man.
Psalms 91:5. Thou shalt not be afraid for the terror by night, nor for the arrow that flies by noonday.
Cause you gonna hear the screams. You gonna hear people getting eaten through cannibalism. You gonna hear that ass getting took by 50 men at a time or more. You gonna hear it in the night. Go ahead. You gonna hear it in the day.
Yeah, it's gonna be done in broad daylight.
You gonna see women bartering their babies.
Little Ray nuggets.
Little Ray nuggets.
You gonna see a woman, and that door that slides open on the mom van, on the soccer van. Yeah. All you gonna see is her feet and a whole line of niggas around the car.
Yeah.
Waiting their turn.
Yeah.
All right.
Circle around the car.
Pussy for length.
You know, all these bitches who said, hey, look, it's a proverb, it's a wicked saying in Israel. I can do bad all by myself. The Lord is gonna make you live up to that shit.
Yep.
He's starting to do it now.
Hey, just like, you know, the people who've been screaming anti-Semitic and how much they hate it, right? And I've been saying it, that's actually gonna happen to them. And it started with the ones that got their ass whooped in Thailand. All right? So now the fraud, the lie that they've been screaming, you know, crying wolf for so long, they're actually gonna start receiving this mistreatment that the fraud that they've been perpetrating about how they're such victims when they're the villains, but now they're actually about to be the victims worldwide, wherever they are. It's actually going to happen to them now. The Lord said He's going to punish them by their own devices.
That's right.
All of
okay?
it.
And them ties.
Tiger.
Right. Nigga got Tiger up, Tiger knee, all that shit.
I just want to tell a testimony real quick. As you brothers are talking about, you know, how things are going to play out in these last days, you know, just like 3-4 days ago, I was at my house, I was laying down, trying to go to sleep. It was about 3, almost 4 o'clock in the morning, all right? And what I suppose happened was that the lady next door to us, house got broke into. I guess she was the only lady in the house. I guess some homeless dude or whatever.
What you told me the other day?
Well, did I tell you?
Let him tell it.
Go ahead. Yeah.
So the house got broke into, and I just heard it. Like, I'm literally about to doze off. All I hear is, get out! Get out! Like, she kept repeating, get out, like at least 20 times. She telling me, get out, get out, get out. And I'm like, what's going on? Like, you know what I'm saying? And I'm putting my ear to the window and, I'm trying to see what's going on because she loud with it. And then after that, I hear some breaking, some stumbling, some roughage. And next thing you know, she gets to screaming, bloody murder. She, help me. But like, it was like, a lament that no other, like, it was super loud to be coming from behind some concrete, some walls, some insulation, all the way on the next house next to you. Like, she was screaming for like at least 10, 15 minutes, and you know that's a long time for somebody to be screaming.
So that means he probably was plowing.
Yeah.
All right? He probably was plowing her in the doo-doo hole.
Yeah.
That's why she was screaming like that.
And all I could think about was them last days, because remember, it was 3-4 in the morning. Like, ain't nobody really woke. I mean, I'm pretty sure she woke up everybody in that complex, but, you know, it's like, ain't nobody come to her aid, nobody came out their building, nothing.
Damn.
That's still
Yeah, and you know what? And the thing, which means she really was being a bitch, because if she was nice to her neighbors and they liked her, they would have came to her defense. So what that meant is that people didn't like her. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I'm just calling it like it is, man. She probably had a pompous, arrogant attitude, something to where not one of your neighbors, nobody like, oh shit, that's girl next door. You know? No, they ain't right. They ain't even get on their phone.
What was Captain Saber at when you need him?
You know? So they let her get her ass beat, get clapped. And the homeless dude in there eating her chicken, drinking her milk, standing on her head, pulling her weave up. The smacking sound, smack, smack, smack. Right, she's just screaming.
But that lament,
take
man.
that, take that, take that. Did it, nigga. Go ahead, brother.
That lament reminded me of these last days, man, because, man, she was really crying out, man. Like, seriously. I'm like, man, bro, this how it's going to be in these last days.
I bet she was independent, too.
Exactly.
No, go ahead.
No, yeah, that's it. You women gonna learn, man. All you Jays gonna learn. Women, man.
I told you about this.
That also, Salaki.
Go ahead. No,
that also means that man knew she was.
He was Diego.
She knew. Right.
That's your breakdown.
It's
Always give you the credit for that.
But she knew. Diego knew that she was alone.
No help.
He was independent.
He knew.
Hey, what the child predators say? They go to these communities with all these single mothers and nobody around. They found the greatest predator. A lot of MMA fighters and shit like that and boxers have been sharing it. And like the strong dudes, how you supposed to be strong for your family. But they were saying, they played the speech that the dude was analyzing this psycho child pedo dude. He said, how did you imagine? I think he had 100 and 71 rapes and killings down there. Yeah, but he said, well, I find single mother neighborhoods, man. He said when no man is in the house, no protection.
He said a weak father.
Yeah, he said, oh, a weak father. He said, I act like I'm their friend, I analyze, I see what's going on, and I just go take him. He'll get the woman, the child, whatever he can get, he'll take it. He said, that's how I managed to do all this. He said, because I knew.
He was on 173rd victim right before they caught him.
Yeah, he said, I knew everything that was going. He said, I knew a man wasn't around. I'm going straight to that. Man, it was wild, man. It was wild. It's wild.
Damn.
Wow, man.
Find a strong man first.
And I had seen it months ago, but Diggs had shared it to me the other day. So people watching this, man, that shit is wild, man. That's a lot of people to pray and plot on,
women that live in these, and guess what?
Wow.
That goes for you in these fancy complexes too.
Yeah. Yeah, right? He wasn't local with it. He was going all around doing it.
No,
just meeting people.
He's like all these high-rise buildings, and you women that live alone, then you got men in there that know which women don't have a live-in boyfriend. They see you all the time on the elevator, in the lobby, passing by, in the parking lot. They know. And when lawlessness come, you think that you just gonna have to worry about the hood? Oh, no, honey. You're gonna have to worry about them incels. You know,
because a black dude got their college sweetheart, they've been holding this in. Yeah. I can't wait to get a hold of it.
And they had a movie, Unhinged started. The movie Unhinged started with Russell Crowe putting to death his ex-wife and her boyfriend, the black guy. Brutally. Right? He put them to death brutally, right? Because he knew he was there banging her in his house. He had just lost his house and his wife, and Jake in there plowing his wife. He went in there and killed them both.
Tyrone, we going.
All right?
Jerome's
so you're going to have a lot of that too.
Yeah.
Okay? So you guys who comfortably laying up with somebody else's woman, all right?
Folly, man.
And you know, and especially when you're aware that she mistreats the children, the father of her children, all right? You know, don't be shocked when he show up when that day comes.
Oh yeah, hold on. Say that again, Dwight.
All them only fan hoes. right? Because y'all sitting there on your camera teasing Jake all day.
You got a million views, everybody. You got a million views, a million niggas. Then, like the Elder Malcolm said, it's one thing. These incels, man, they computer hack, they address hacks. It's a lot of motherfuckers that know where you live. Your IP number, these niggas wicked, man.
Yeah, they watching you. And you know, and then they really watch you. When you turn off your camera, they still watching you.
Yeah.
Because they didn't hack your shit.
Yeah.
I was gonna say, I think they said about 10% of all American females between the age of like 25 and 40 have a OnlyFans.
Nigga, 10%, that's way higher than that.
Hey,
If they telling you 10% is higher.
That's way higher than that.
That's a baby girl off the Bernie Mac show. Both of them bitches got OnlyFans.
Yeah.
That's the baby girl.
Yeah,
Girl, cold, boy. I
then
don't know that little bitch, boy.
Then I found out that most of the fighter chicks can do it too.
Yeah. Yeah, they make more. See,
All the fighters, yeah. What was that little
Paige
Van
Van
Zandt.
Van Zandt.
That was a bad little bro, man.
little
And
bitch.
she said it. She said, I make more money on OF than I did fighting.
Angel
Which
Reese,
she was really too pretty to be fighting anyway.
Yeah, man.
Fucking her face all up.
That bitch for MMA, bare knuckle, all that. That bitch a killer, man, but come on, man.
So when you really get to understand it, look, when Esau turned them fucking lights off, you ain't gonna have no gated community. Your shit gonna be wide open.
Gas gonna open up. All right.
Prison cells.
And then, the prisons gonna open up. And then for you men, think you sick, the booty warriors coming for
I was
y'all.
thinking about that shit.
Police
They had
Right?
a 20 versus 1 with him. And the dudes that said, you did the video, speak on it.
They had that nigga in the 20v1 and he was flirting with fucking trainees and sodomite and studs.
Oh no, you see the regular dude? He said, I want you. He said, I came up here. These niggas are wicked. That young nigga, he said, I came up here to give you my girlfriend. He said, nigga, I want you. Hey, bro, I've been to a couple penitentiaries. He wasn't playing with that little boy. I said, nigga, you think he playing?
Yeah.
He gonna get you, man.
Whether you want the easy way or the hard way.
He's gonna get you.
He brought him a woman.
Yeah,
But
he brought
said,
him his woman.
But he said, I don't want her.
Yeah.
I want you.
He said, I want your butt. I want you.
The one nigga bring him the honey band like, nah, I came to get you. He took that honey band and put it right back in his shirt. Said, nah, nigga, you mine now. These niggas is wicked, bro.
You gonna be in somebody's house like Chris Hansen?
Yeah.
I had two scriptures.
Go ahead.
Here's the book of Daniel, chapter 12 and verse 1.
Perfect.
And at that time, Michael shall stand up, the great prince, will stand for the children of thy people. And there should be a time of trouble, such as never was since there was a nation, even to the same time. And at that time, thy people shall be delivered, everyone that shall be found written in the book. And that's the times that we're coming into. You know, it's going to get very bad out here. We're going to see a lot of blood out here in the streets. The horse is bridle.
Yeah. And it's going to get so bad to Michael the Archangel. This guy
Blind as a bitch.
who would have to stand up and do his job, this is what Michael's been waiting for since creation. This is his main, right. He helped in all the creation, and now he's been sitting there waiting patiently to get unleashed.
Hey, it's like
They'll send his mighty warrior from heaven down here to fuck shit up, man.
That's what it talk about in Revelations when it said the angels and Satan's angels. You know, it's talking about the U.S. and all these other militaries and their aircraft facing off with Michael the Archangel in the chariots. When it says Satan, say that again?
The movie Independence Day.
Exactly. That's what it's talking about. When it says Satan and his angels.
I got it.
That go read that real
Basically,
quick.
Satan and his angels is the so-called white man and NATO and the EU and all them with their fighter jets trying to fight the chariots when they come back, which they've been lying on the news calling them UFOs and UAPs, calling them drones.
Aerial phenomena.
But yet they're going in and out of the sun and going past the Van Allen belt, which man cannot do. Go ahead, brother.
This the book of Revelation, chapter 12 and verse 7. And there was a war in heaven. Michael and his angels fought against the dragon, and the dragon fought and his angels, and prevailed not. Neither was their place found any more in heaven.
And Rome was known as the great red dragon.
That's right.
All right. They had dragons on their shields. They would them red cloaks.
That's
and when they would walk at night with all the fire and do their marches with them red cloaks, they said they looked like a red dragon.
Yeah.
All right, and that's how they looked at opposing army. Because it wasn't that the Roman soldier was this cold ass warrior. They had superior gear. All right, they had what it was. Right, it was they basically the war machines that they created, and the fact that they would lock their shields together and move like a tank.
Yeah, the scriptures call it the engines of
They
war.
would move like a tank, all right, to people who didn't have a defense against all that metal and steel.
That's right.
All right, and then they will bombard you with fire and arrows and shit, you know, and then penetrate you with all that steel.
That's right. The scriptures also say that great dragon of old. So that's why the scriptures also say that great dragon of old, which is called the devil and Satan, because it goes back to the garden, and that's how we know Eve was talking to a man, the so-called white man, before he was pale. All right, Esau. So it all ties in from beginning to end.
Yeah, that paleness got put on him later on.
Coming back,
because he was
Esau.
He right, because when she was talking to him in the garden, he had his melanin. All right. Hey, so with that, we're gonna give all praises, all honor, and glory unto
Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem, Rakakadash.
Kwam Yasharallah.
Kwam Yasharallah.
Above all.
Above all.